Hey guys, welcome to another episode. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing two United States utility fighting knives. So this one here is United States Navy Mark II. Okay. This one is in a fiberglass plastic sheath or scabbard. Nord, which is Navy ordered, 4723 BM Company -6 VP. This one has the webbing canvas and still has the button that snaps over the handle. Usually, most of the time, these are tattered, torn, or missing. So this one is very nice that it still has it. Now, before we start really talking about the actual blade itself, the knife, let's look at this other scabbard here. This one is soaked in oil and is uncommon because for two reasons. One, it does not have the rivets. This one has brass staples. And the other is because this one is stamped or pressed U.S.N. for United States Navy. Okay. Now it still has the very tip of this. Usually these are always, again, torn, missing, all that. This is still pliable. It's not completely cracking and coming apart, but there you go. For the most part, this straps right here. Why do I have them tucked in? And I'll explain why right now. It still has this this button here, the connector, and this is the button right here. And this is the reason why. This is still there, but as you see, it's torn here, and then this wants to fall off, and to prevent that from falling off anymore, I have it tucked in to the belt loop. Okay, so that will help it to stay nice and secure and stop tempting me to press on the button there. Okay. This one here, the pommel, is either pressed or screwed on and then pinned over so that this will not fall off. That's how most of the Camilluses or Camillus and the KA-BARs are. Now this is a KA-BAR, okay? A genuine World War II fighting KA-BAR or utility KA-BAR. Okay? So let's look at the Camillus first. And then after this, we'll look at this one. Now I'm going to try my very best to keep this under 20 minutes because this is the fourth time I make this video, or remake this video. And I keep going over time, and I don't like that. Okay? So, let's see. There you can see U.S.N. Mark II and Camillus, New York. This is a later war version of this because if you collect these types of knives, you will know that usually the U.S.N. Mark II or Camillus are marked right here at the blade itself, not the guard. So the guard was a later, I'm going to say like mid-war to late war addition. And then the first beginning of the war, they were stamped onto the blade itself. This one is stamped on the blade. This one is stamped on the guard. Okay? So this is a very, very nice example of World War II history. I'm very happy and honored to possess it for now. And it is razor sharp. Both of these knives are 1095 carbon steel. So this has been very well used. As you can probably see, I mean, it's again, it's well used, but the edge of it, I have reprofiled it. Again, you can get these in pretty rough shape. This one is in very rough shape. This one is in used, I'm gonna say good, probably very good condition. This one here is in poor condition. I'm gonna say I don't know, I guess bad to very bad condition, this one, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's look at how sharp this knife is right now. So let's just pull out a piece of paper. Okay. Okay. So let's see, that was that part there. Let me show you the clip point, which is this part here. That is also sharp as well. You can see that. Okay. And you can see it it bit in there and stayed on there. And you can see that, I mean, that is sharp. The clip point is not a razor blade, but the actual blade itself, this part here, is a razor blade. Not razor blade, razor blade. Okay, just want to point that out real quick. Now, let's see, I'm going to put this back in for now. Let's pull out the KA-BAR. And this one here is an uncommon KA-BAR. What I mean by that is, again, this one does say U.S.N for United States Navy. This one does not have rivets. This one has staples. Okay. Now, in the common sheaths or scabbards, the ones with the KA-BAR, the common ones do not have any stampings or pressed markings at all. The only thing that they do have, and I'm talking about most all of them, if not all of them, have this right here, Boit 43. Okay, so all the KA-BARs with leather sheaths will have this mark right there. The uncommon ones and the rare ones will have the U.S.N or U.S.M.C on them. Now again, you can see that this one is starting to crack right here. It's still pliable, you can still move it, but I don't do that because I'm afraid the more you do that, the more it's going to crack and it's going to fall apart. So for history's sake, leave it, leave it alone, leave it be, and it should last a very long time afterwards. Okay, so there you go, very nice sheath, and again it still has the very tip of it, which most of the time these are always, I mean, gone, missing, they're just forgotten, abandoned, all that stuff, because as you saw, they're cracked, they're coming apart. I mean, it's leather, it's 70 plus years old. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna do that. So let's talk about the blade itself. So in poor condition, okay, still has the clip point, the very tip of it still there. You can see that I did reprofile the blade, so it's very nice. Why is it in poor condition? Well, just look at it, it's all pitted, it has a lot of rust on there. There you go, that looks a lot better. Let's come on this side. You can see the U.S.N, United States Navy. It's a small little stamp. It's very lightly pressed onto the blade. It's not real big. It's not like the Reproductions or anything like that. It's a light press, and it's small. United States Navy. Okay, so the rust again is not bad. There's not really gouges out into the metal, or the steel, I should say. It's very light, but it's still there. You can still see it. And again, you can see all these little rust spots where it was eating away the edge. A little bit of reprofiling the blade and a little bit of oil stops or prevents it from rusting away any further. Now here, there you go, KA-BAR Olean N, New York, again, is a very rare, if not uncommon, stamping for KA-BARs. A lot of people misunderstand that. I'm showing you the guard here because it's not in mint condition. Obviously, the leather has shrunk, and this is moving. Now you can do what most all these people do and bow it, which would be push this down, and the middle will, you know, come out or upwards and keep it nice and tight. But I don't like that. This is fine. I'm not really abusing the knife where I need everything to be damn tight. This is fine. It ain't going anywhere. It's not coming off. It's staying right there. So anyway, a lot of guys think that if it has the Olean N, New York, it's not a real World War II. That is BS. This is a rare mark. Anywhere from 1940, maybe 1941 to 1945. Then you have your post-wars, but there you go. This one is rare because, again, U.S.N, KA-BAR Olean N, New York. There are documented KA-BARs that do have this mark right here, the Olean N, New York. They're documented. They're in books. If you collect World War II U.S. fighting KA-BARs, Camilluses or Camillus, you will know for damn sure that this is a rare marking there. Now I am not saying that because of this mark, this is worth $1,000. Hell no, it's not. If this was in mint condition, and I'm talking mint, excellent, perfect condition, with those marks, yes, it could be over $1,000. This is far, far from being mint condition. Again, this is nothing compared to that. This is, in my opinion, under a $50 knife. But it is real from World War II. And again, United States Navy. Everybody that collects these wants the United States Marine Corps KA-BAR. I'm one of those people. I want a United States Marine Corps KA-BAR. But I am very happy to have the United States Navy KA-BAR. It's still a KA-BAR and very well known around the world. Everybody knows what a KA-BAR is. I mean, this is one freaking badass knife. This is a hunting knife. This is a utility knife. This is what you need for anything camping or, again, in war. This is perfect. Now this can cut. So there you go. It's not as clean as the Camillus because of the straight, clean reprofiling of the blade, but this one still can cut. So that is pretty nice. Now again, uncommon. It's not common, it's uncommon to rare. Okay? So this is real. The reason I keep saying that is because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, if it has the Olean N, New York, it's not real. Do you have books to help you with that information, or are you just talking out of your butt, basically? So the reason I say that as well is because I have looked online in forums, and it does show that there are markings where it says U.S.N, U.S.M.C, and then on the other side it doesn't say Camillus, it doesn't say KA-BAR, nothing like this. Or there's some that say that, but it doesn't have U.S. whatever. There's some that have the Mark II, but nothing else. There's some that have the KA-BAR, the U.S.N, and no Olean, you know. They had, I mean, there's so many different variations and stampings on these particular fighting knives, but I'm very happy to have this particular one. It's very nice. In my opinion, it has a story to tell. There's a lot of guys that want them to be completely mint condition, where, I mean, they're real World War II, but they were never issued. They were never used. If they were issued, the guy never hiked, never, bushcraft, never, you know, went into behind enemy lines and all this. More likely an officer behind, you know, like letting everybody else go and get killed, and he's over there, you know, drinking coffee, nice and comfortable. That's fine, but I love these right here a hell of a lot more than the mint condition ones, because these have a story. These, they were made, they were in the factory, out of the factory, they were issued, they were in war, they were again hiked, used, whatever the case may be, in war, out of war, they were brought home, they were stored away either in a garage, a shelf, a drawer, garage, attic, a shed out in the backyard somewhere, forgot about for many years, and then later on came out in a gun show, a flea market, a garage sale, and then I bought it and I have them here and they look badass, and I'm still taking care of them, and they are still something to be messed with. And I'm talking like there's a lot of competition now with newer blade designs and newer companies with nice blades and all this, but this one from World War II can still hold its own. These are proven, battle proven. These are with the story, and they are still here. So that's about it, guys. I mean, I just really wanted to drive that home. And this is, again, like the 5th time I make this video, because all the other ones I get into rants and I go way too much into detail about everything, and there's just no use for it. I mean, really, I don't think you guys care enough to watch over an hour and some just to talk about these 2 knives. The other ones that, you know, came out with these, but there you go. But anyway, guys, that's about it for now. I really hope you enjoyed this review on these World War II fighting knives, utility knives. So that's about it, guys. I really hope you did enjoy and all that. So stay tuned for the next review. This is Ronin246 saying stay safe and is out. Bye, guys.